So this last time we have this. My favorite sports people here for doctors like Antonio Ribersans, Hippocrates, and other people. Half these people previously already talked about it, and it was already erased. Anyways, now we actually are here, and we're talking about pretty much a lot of people since Wusi, the chimpanzee, pretty much ancestor of us, pretty much Australopithecus, until Prince Evolve. That means Hippocrates, Hippocrates, and other people. It's in times, medieval times, and since times, series remains to talk about that. After the series, but I'll do it again now. I'm beginning right here, resume, sorry, right here. So Prince Evolve was actually a Russian politician. He was known for being the Russian politician until provisional government had overthrown the Russian monarchy in 1917, when with a man called Kerensky. He was a Russian politician, like kind of with a prime minister of the president of Kerensky during the Russian Provisional Republic government after 17th overthrow Russian monarchy in 1917. It was from February, March until October, November of the same year. First prime minister of the Russian Republic, yes. Also, as you can see here, he also was a kind of humanitarian man during the Russo-Japanese War. The provisional Zemzus were mobilized to assist with the war effort. But by evolved to help the Red Cross on the Massoudin Fort, 13 Zem established former combined medical brigade, consisting of 36 doctors and nurses. And put the Zemzovs in the Russian governance society thanks to Lvov, still hero. Now, Zemsovs is a institutional worker organization during the Great Municipality from sounds Red Cross. Okay, the Zemstovs were pretty much a type of what humanitarian type of people set by Lvov. Lvov also about to become a humanitarian man in the Massoudin front. I have actually him. He is actually the politician. It's actually him, but 1904. Russian soldiers, humanitarian food supply, medicine supply, work abroad war, 1940, 1995, Russian Zeppelin against Russia at the end, got Manchuria under rule, split war about Russian Manchuria and other Russian states, withdrawals led by Broad Prince of Lvov. So Russian soldiers is mostly Russian soldiers and who had pretty much these mental help was involved mostly humanitarian food supply and medicine supply work abroad. War. Also, we have pretty much doctors. Actually, some of them are mentioned, some of them. Okay, I don't have. I don't mention them. I mentioned Vicena as doctor. Sabuk, yes, psychological terrorist human also, yeah. Medicine terrorist human, yeah. Hippocrates by doctor, Rabbi Durin robbery, Anton Ribeiro son, Stephen Twee, Gassidort also, Gomes Pereira also, and Mohammeds also, all doctors. And Freud's more not really called a doctor, more psychologist, psychoanalytic, psychiatric. Paul Ree, Harvey. Harvey was more autopsy and anatomy type of man. On this psychologist, definitely psychologist, psychoanalytic, so me. And yeah, but mostly Lvov is that person who sent pretty much maintain help to the Russian Japanese war and politician pretty much. Then we've pretty much planner, the controversial German scientist, Nobel Prize, he found cathode rays, yeah. German Slovakian or Slovakian, it was actually, or Hungarian, no. Then we've pretty much Mads Gate Wallace, was actually more involved President Harry Truman, as American president during World War II, after he succeeded Roosevelt, for those who don't know, Franklin Roosevelt, and Mads Gate Wallace was actually mother of President Harry Truman. And mother of President West Truman is actually the wife of Truman, Harry Truman. Makes President mother-in-law. They have a rivalry. I kind of read it's actually very funny, but yeah. Then we've Bartimeo Santayana, a Spanish philosopher. Then we have George Washington Carver, Afro-American botanic type of man, like scientist. He calls invented the peanut butter, but he was also mostly a botanic man. Yes. Then we have these facts. He was a way to free slave up to Washington. Yeah. But in resume, I'll need to know he was a botanic man, and he was invented because he discovered the peanut butter. Then we have pretty much Max Weber, German philosopher, Sigurd Sticker, that's born German photographer, a feminist pioneer. And she was the first American German woman to obtain a Hoya license for photography, and the first German human about war case before the youth court. Youth court. She must be a photographer, pretty much. House with camera, yeah. House with camera. So pretty much he was a photographer. And then we have pretty much Viktor Yahoo and Ukrainian or Russian man born in Ukraine, type of and it's an American anarchist, journalist, socio-political terrorist. Soon of West Picot, an Indian American doctor, pretty much. And I believe let me see if I found something more. Yeah, most medical doctor, pretty much a Native American doctor for America. As a Native Indigenous human to first doctor, like nurse, pretty much doctor nurse. Very important. First we see practical medicine Nebraska. And he's a great Native American, also medicine, also farmer, pretty much. Then we have pretty much the German politics and Republican German after 1918 overthrow, just 1 year after the Russian one, after the German monarchy. In 1919, we have the German Republic, after Weimar Republic, and Philipp Skydman was after first censor, which means prime minister in Germany of the new Republic of Germany, Weimar Republic. Philipp Skydman, politician. Then we have Rudyard Kipling, a British writer, but also a controversial, win a Nobel Prize of Literature 1907. Rudyard Kipling was a British writer, famous from being the author of Sealed and Failed book, Mowgli, Jungle Book, but he's mostly a British writer. Unless I'm missing something, I always like to search to know more. Yes, he was also known to be a poet, British writer and poet. Also referred to a book, yeah, but also a controversial man, but yeah, it would be very wrong to define. Then pretty much the Greek Armenian type of mystic, spiritual, kind of priest, a type of man, Gurdjieff. Then we have pretty much the older brother of Lenin, pretty much terrorist, and pretty much Alexander Leonov, and also political socio, pretty much kind of terrorist, and even practic pretty much to change pretty much world via anarchism, ranking from his brother become white nose communist, and founder of Soviet Union and Bolshevik Revolution, Vladimir Lenin. This was actually the brother of him. He does pretty much terrorism and get hanged for it. And but for left-wing people, is a hero. But George L. Salvers then was pretty much a Belgium, pretty much introduced with friends, psychoanalytic, psychiatric type of doctor, George L. Salvers. Once again, I'm missing something. A famous Belgian psychologist. Yeah, and okay, and he was also kind of a philosopher, but mostly psychologist, psychoanalytic type of man from Belgium. Of Flemish, pretty much. Then Antonio Nobel, Portuguese poet. Ettore Toscanini, pretty much Italian maestro. Thomas Tenders Noble, and pretty much religious chorus, seminaries or church, pretty much piano type of or harpsichord, organ type of man of music, like composer. Then we have pretty much Web Du Bois. Web Du Bois was African American, sociologist. Pretty much left-wing communist individual, political social terrorist. And missing sociologist, yes. Sociologist left-wing, yes. He's also known to be a historian. And so Web Du Bois was African American Pan-Africanism founder, sociologist, left-wing individual, political social terrorist activist, African American people activist, radical man, communist, against Jim Crow laws, and yeah, and communist pretty much, and an historian also. Web Du Bois is also known as a historian. Then we have John N. Scarlett, American Democratic politician and warrior from Texas. American politician and warrior for Texas. Then we have pretty much Rasputin and Hewer type of fake type of priest or like doctor, like type of man from the Czar's court. That means it was a fake type. For many people who actually don't believe on him, and later pretty much he was later murdered. But it was mostly mystic, healer, musician, kind of doctor, kind of a monk who pretty much, but like I said, as you can see by this cartoon What If of the Romanovs, and it's actually kind of true. You have an affair with the Tsar's queen when Tsar was abroad directing World War One. And also with some powers, hypnosis and something. Missy pretty much magician healer kind of doctor type of man. It was that he got killed. He's from Siberia, from a poor family. Yeah, and then many people say cured Tsar's son. He came there as a doctor and also because of his magic powers. But yeah, if it's a hoax or not, we don't know. Some people believe it, some people don't believe it. But anyways, here is pretty much using the Tsar's role as Turkish family, like he was pretty much new Tsar, like some puppets, marionettes. Like I say, have brainwashing powers. But yeah, if you want to pretty much we go more precisely, Ursa Mystic and Fate Wheeler. Then we have pretty much Neville Chamberlain, a British politician. Later, pretty much, he was a British politician, but mostly UK Prime Minister 1937 to 1940. Then we have pretty much Kauris Gulbenkian. By the way, I already mentioned pretty much all of the important people before, from Usi until pretty much from the ancient times. Usi was before ancient times, Minovar, Renaissance, 17th century industrial, the scientific revolution, 18th century people, Enlightenment, now 19th century people. I already mentioned of pretty much people, but it was erased, but I already mentioned some. Do pretty much our game because it'll be boring for you and for me. So it was pretty much already pretty much my, but I'm gonna do pretty much again because it'll be double pretty much to be annoying to you guys. But then we have pretty much Kauris Gulbenkian. Is actually he was Armenian and to that British businessman, capitalist, philanthropic man. He was also known to be pretty much a petroleum maker from Baku in Azerbaijan. Petroleum maker. He also known to be pretty much a man who I can interpret whether he could be a man. He played a major role in making petroleum reserves of the Middle East available to Western development, forming the first person to exploit Iraq oil. He's also known to be an art collection man of Armenia. So pretty much he was art collection of everything that's Armenian. He was Armenian art collection man, and he was the main owner, petroleum maker. Pretty much businessman, capitalist, philanthropic man, and Foundation Gulbenkian Portugal is all by him. Very rich man, Armenian, and British. Let me see, a polyglot man, well, weird man. Philanthropy mostly creates schools and hospitals. What people need it. Then we have pretty much Carl Brurian, pretty much a tenor, opera, exec type of man, and also playwright, now 1870s. Joseph Guido Pierre René Bouc was actually a French English writer and historian of Catholic faith of the 20th century. He was also a writer, poet, sailor, satirist, writer of letters, soldier, and liberal political activist and terrorist. His Catholic faith have a strong effect on his works. Then we have pretty much that this man is centenarian Indonesian man, Saparman Sudimeho, mostly known as Mudba Goto. They have pretty much Maria Voeda, a Portuguese educator, journalist, and activist. Voeda she become a spiritualist type of human, and also one of the most effective early feminists in Portugal. When she found from the rights of human factories workers and encouraged the education of human. When she into Portuguese group of feminist studies in 1907. Rosa Luxemburg, pretty much a left-wing Polish and Rosette German, is a political terrorist and pretty much left-wing, pretty much convict human, waited pretty much and kind of with a critic of Roman Republic, of German monarchy, and she was killed by Fire Corps in 1919, along with a man called Karl Wibner. She was actually Jewish also. The left-wing political social terrorist. Afonso Costa pretty much was known to being a Portuguese politician, pretty much Prime Minister of Portugal in 1911 until 1930, 1994, 1915 until 1917. Political social terrorist, Republican, Freemason, a communist, and atheist. And he died later pretty much in France. In exile from Zionism, and pretty much people don't want him, and also the country was chaotic. During the First Republic chaos, he could be killed or something, arrested or something. So he stays in refugee and great security, safety in France. Was very politically active until the end of his life. And he's pretty much politician, Prime Minister of Portugal. 10th Perry Moon was actually a social left-wing manifestation like protest, like a social movement of French revolted armed like people against the first government of Adolphe Thiers in 1871. From better conditions, but also to make the coup, type of sense of government, yeah, but failed. Then we have Karl Liebknecht, the main partner of Rosa Luxemburg, left-wing, Jewish, German, socialist like Rosa Luxemburg, as he was his partner, left-wing, pretty much political social terrorist, also killed by Fire Corps in 1919. When people say that he was also a warrior, his father at least was a warrior. No, actually not, I mistake. So he was anti-militarist man, and he would have won like was a suburb also. But yeah. Then Bertrand Russell, a British guy born in Wales, died in Wales. So a Britain guy born in Wales, then died in Wales. Type of a philosopher and mathematician of logic, Bertrand Russell. J.K. Chesterton, a British writer, philosopher, Christian apologist, and literary and art critic. He was referred to as Prince of Paradox. He was Catholic man also. English writer, mathematician, philosopher, and literary art critic. The Prince of Paradox, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Critic of Nazism. But not all of Nationalism supported Scottish and Irish Home Rule movements. He was a supporter of Irish Home Rule and maintained friendships with members of Irish Parliamentary Party. A supporter of Irish Home Rule and maintained friendships with members of the Irish Parliamentary Party. For example, then we have pretty much Churchill, a British politician, Prime Minister in 1914 until after World War II in 1950s, politician. He was former war veteran. He was everything. He was Secretary of Britain. British statesman, white politician, Prime Minister of Britain, a soldier, former war veteran. And yes, right, Rabi, he was most in terms of being a historian. Pretty much. White country in World War II, Britain, and won. That's what you know. He's also known to be a war veteran, also pretty much Secretary of White Navy, pretty much World War One, and a war veteran in British Africa. But again, still a man with his controversies. Then Albert Schweitzer, a French-born German territory doctor, pretty much also composer in his free time in French South Africa. Jean Calment, one of the oldest human centenarian of France, 122 years old, one of the oldest centenarian human in France, like Lucy Hannah, the same, but centenary of America. Then we've pretty much Zitkawa, socio-reformer terrorist of Indian Native American type of human, and she was also known to be also a fan of playing instruments, mostly as you can see here with viola or violin instruments. This is a Native American socio and Native Indigenous type of human reformer. Then we have pretty much American diplomat and consul Wesley Davis, who denounced and exposed the Armenian genocide as when he was American consul. And yeah, and then we have Martin Buber, an Austrian Jewish philosopher of rationalism. Belle Beaufort Tom Collins, American female near centenarian, who was known to be of the last 19th century American human, and she was having recording tape. And see where she described her childhood by description. Franz Karl Reichelt, who was also Austrian born French tailor, inventor of pretty much of the parachute. Yeah, inventor of the parachute, pioneer, not made in practical way, but then being found in Eiffel Tower very young, 1912, and died. And even in tape and everything, so very graphic and horrible. But he was pretty much a former French tailor and inventor of parachuting pioneer parachutes. You're testing a wearable person from design. Most developing a suit from aviators that would convert in a parachute and all of them survive a fall, so they'd be forced to leave the aircraft in mid-air. Yeah. Although he created an experiment with multiple prototypes of things in parachute suits over the years, they were by and worse failures at the point that was a point of contention between newspaper doctors therefore not of designs were ever functional. This pretty much he tried to make pretty much I can believe I can fly. He can find this man. Then we have Charles Howard Kendworth Sr., American businessman and author, director of Coca-Cola, also pretty much company. President of Coca-Cola Company, yes. And author. Albert Einstein and Jewish German mathematician Prodigy and scientific terrorist. Centenarian Brazilian human Maria Oliva da Silva, also Spengler, a German philosopher, and the pessimist, determinist, historian, and philosopher. And I think I'm not missing it. Now 1880s. 1870s, now 1880s. And historian, yes, historian, pessimist, determinist, philosopher, and German philosopher, and pessimist, determinist historian from German origin, Spengler. Then we've pretty much Christabel Pankhurst, pretty much a major figure in the British human suffragette movement in the early 1900s. As she was a feminist human, she was British and American, and So Spurgeon is a feminist human who fought from British human suffragette movement in the 1800s in England. She waited pretty much she came to America and returned to Britain. Feminist human. Most we get human try to vote, hunger strikes, and awito pretty much awito violence, that's awito controversial, which we get pretty much state attention. It's controversial. To organize this movement, humans in political union, perform and organize movement and strategies. So that's right, yeah. And you can also see more about her. It says she was pretty much British suffragist, yeah. Pretty much feminist human, pretty much. Then we have pretty much Sarah Knowles, an American female supercentenarian, was 19th century American human in 20th century. Zé Nascimento Vieira, who was a great a man who had a lot of jobs. He was pretty much Tux Federer's Portuguese historian, trader, seller, merchant type of man, industrialist, and politician from pretty much Tux Federer's. And yeah, journalist also. Then you have pretty much Kerensky. Pretty much Kerensky was pretty much a Russian, formed the Russian Republic of 1917. Politician, mostly president of the provisional government of Russia after the overthrow of monarchy during the Republic, was the president of this Republic, which pretty much a politician, Russian politician, president of the Republican provisional government before it was overthrown by the Bolsheviks in November, October of 1917. Also, we have pretty much Alexander Fleming, a scientist, inventor of penicillin in 1928, and doctor, and web scientist, doctor from Scottish origins, win a Nobel Prize, United. Scottish microbiologist, microbiologist, actually microbiologist, best known from discovering it was first for the antibiotic substance was actually penicillin in 1928. He was also a physician like doctor, microbiologist. And yeah, microbiologist pretty much. Then we have pretty much American human, was 19th century people in America, record 1979, Pioneer Story, António Gramsci, and Portuguese politician from the First Republic, George Dimitrov, and Bulgarian left-wing communist politician and member of, when Bulgaria became a republic, a left-wing individual, like politician, like minister, and social and political terrorist. And then of course Carlos Aspers was actually 883. He was a psychoanalytic, psychologist type of man, or German Renaissance type of man, and also a philosopher. But his philosophical psychology, psychiatrism, psychoanalysis came for him. Also, pretty much all thoughts about him. Franz Kafka, who's actually a Czech man or pretty much a Jewish German or Austrian, born in Czech, but Jewish. Now we don't know if he's actually German or Austrian, but you know that or German, but you know that he was actually Jewish, born in Czech Republic. That was actually Czech Republic from most of his wife. Type of Alfor, instantial type of Alfor. Pretty much instantial type of Alfor. Tem a verdade José Coimbra, a Porky's philosopher, teacher, and politician, waiter, spiritualist, man, waiter one. Douglas G. Brown, a British writer. At any pretty much we have Etienne Gilson and French medievalist historian and philosopher, France. Albanzos Barão, a mystic supernatural man, knows Porky Tarzan. Mas pretty much in a voz in rural, a voz a mystic supernatural man who got powers like a wolf or ape, like pretty much. He was known to be in American the inspiration of Tarzan. And he was from rural province of Avoz. Pretty much, Albanços Barão. Georgi Lukács and left wing. Pretty much Hungarian, pretty much political social terrorist or and philosopher pretty much political social terrorist and philosopher or left-wing ideology. Niels Bohr and pretty much and then is scientific terrorist like Einstein and Jewish then is scientific terrorist. Giovanni Martinelli, tenor, playwright also, type of man. And if I think, let me see more him. He was a tenor, opera type of man, but also playwright. Rubinstein and Polish natural waiter, American waiter in his last days in Swiss, pretty much pianist. Then we have pretty much Eamon Roy and left-wing Indian nationalist political social terrorist. Joseph O'Keefe, American modernist painter that's human. Is actually her. Suzuki, 888, pretty much Japanese, pretty much a philosopher, pretty much. Fernando Pessoa, a Portuguese philosopher, existentialist writer, poet also, from modernism origins, Fernando Pessoa. Alexander Tsekevich, a Belarusian politician, historian, jurist, philosopher, and victim of later Stalin's purge and paranoia. That's him. Wittgenstein and also into British Wazik, pretty much Messian like philosopher. Damian Peres, a Portuguese historian. As a historian and pretty much Portuguese historian, Damian Peres. Martin Heidegger, German philosopher of ontology, of means authentic-nism, yeah. King Manuel II, Portuguese statesman, ruler of Portugal, was King of Portugal 1908 until 1910. King Manuel II from Portuguese origins. Edwin Hubble, an American astronomer, like Tycho Brahe, like Kepler, like Galileo, like Yang Heng, like Bale, like Copernicus, yeah, American astronomer. Gabriel Marcel, Catholic, but still is French philosopher. 1890s. Pretty much then we have Marcel Carneiro, Portuguese modernist existentialist like poet. Lovecraft, a horror pretty much like American like writer. So pretty much Lovecraft was not being a horror pretty much like science fiction type of horror like writer for American origins. To Seth like Cook, Harvard Sanders. We're both doing in time pretty much a political social terrorist and a man who first were against pretty much the Mussolini regime, Antonio Gramsci, left wing pretty much Antonio Gramsci, political social terrorist and left wing philosopher. Joseph F. Bachman, a German philosopher. I forgot, and pioneer in research of human education in Germany. Then we have pretty much the famous Sez master, like first working visible Sez power of Russian origins, O'Queen. Then pretty much modernist poet, former playwright, and painter. Museums also type of man. I'm not sure. Painter Almada Negreiros for Portuguese origins. Maria Lamas, Portuguese feminist. Ethel Haythornthwaite, an English environmental ecological campaigner and activist and poet, pioneer of countryside protection as well town and country planning both locally and nationally. Then we have Portuguese pretty much a poet, existentialist poet, female, Forbel Espanca, it is human. Then we have 1895. Until 1899, a few drinkers, first inventor, scientist, doctor of first iron lung machines from poly people and other people thought that machine could help their lungs feel better and they breathe. He invented the first iron lung in 1928. Then we have pretty much a Brazilian supercentenarian, Zé Paulo Gomes, and he's actually the human who's the main author of a page about him. Then we have pretty much the famous Azerbaijan German and pretty much a spy, World War II spy and left-wing individual and journalist Richard Sorg, best known from his code name as a spy as Ramsey. I think I'm not missing anything about him. Yes, from Soviet, were from Soviets, but it was brought by Soviets. And when he came to Japan, he was but he found in the full story as Soviet spy from Azerbaijan origins, German type of dude in Azerbaijan. Soviet spy and pretty much journalist. Alves dos Reis. Pretty much a man who perpetrated one of the largest frauds in Portugal back in 1925 of pretty much the Angola dollar he falsified, which caused pretty much great infection and related to the cause of pretty much the death of the First Republic. And he was known to be pretty much also pretty much a man who committed a lot of frauds and If you want to know more about him, he was known to be pretty much a type of a thief, pretty much thief like fraud type of man. When there was frauds like falsification of pretty much of the Portuguese dollar, Portuguese Angola dollar. Michael Denny, Admiral before navigated crew sailorman, Michael Denny, and also Royal Navy officer, yeah. And he's actually into sailor, Michael Denny. He was also known to be pretty much a Navy man. Then António Boto, a Portuguese homosexual type of poet and political social terrorist. Then we have pretty much Edith Head, American costume designer, female costume designer of clothes, mostly from celebrities. It's actually her. Williams Mercedes and Saporzi, American man. A very well smart man also with Hagasaki. Williams Mercedes, very intelligent American Saporzi man. Ferreira de Castro, a Portuguese writer and journalist. Herbert Mercuse, a left-wing German political social terrorist philosopher. And yeah, pretty much Xavier Rubiri, Spanish philosopher. Hitchcock, American, a British interested American screenwriter, like cinema, horror, like director. And Emílio Guerreiro was known to be pretty much a Portuguese freedom fighter against the Salazar regime. He was known to be also a Portuguese mathematician, professor of maths, Freemason, and against the Estado Novo regime, and also a later centenarian. Vasco explains all about his memories from native Guimarães, until his death in that same place, his exile in France, against from a freedom type of Portugal. And also from a short time pretty much a politician in Guimarães, but he later left politics after some disagreements. Then pretty much Ralph Strauss was actually American philosopher. American philosopher, yeah. And then it's the end here of this part.